How do you describe yourself?
I'm vivacious, eccentric, and I'm a Scorpio.
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
In 2024, the music world was rocked by a series of startling revelations. The once untouchable figure of Sean "Diddy" Combs, a mogul known for his influence in hip-hop, business, and entertainment, is now facing serious criminal charges that threaten to dismantle his multi-billion-dollar empire. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence to come to light was a leaked, uncensored phone call from Diddy himself, recorded while he was behind bars. This unexpected leak has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry as it uncovers what many had long suspected: hidden truths about Diddy's world, alliances, and the darker sides of his empire. A legacy built on power and glamour. For decades, Diddy has been synonymous with success. From founding Bad Boy Records in the 1990s, producing chart-topping hits, to becoming a business mogul with ventures spanning across fashion, liquor, and media, his empire seemed invincible. Diddy was revered not only as an artist and entrepreneur, but as a symbol of the American dream, a self-made billionaire who ascended from humble beginnings to the heights of fame and wealth. But behind the glittering image of luxurious parties and glitzy red carpet events, there were always whispers of darker dealings. The famous parties that Diddy hosted, known for their extravagant displays of wealth and star-studded guest lists, were often seen as symbols of success. Guests, A-list celebrities, models, business tycoons, and high-profile personalities would mix and mingle in a haze of opulence, with bottles of Ciroc flowing freely, and the atmosphere electric with excitement. From 1998 to 2009, Diddy's infamous white parties, held in places like his East Hampton mansion, became legendary. The champagne flowed, the music blared, and the world of hip-hop's elite appeared to live in a perpetual celebration. However, these parties, once considered the epitome of glamorous excess, are now at the center of a growing scandal that threatens to expose the ugly truths hidden behind closed doors. It is becoming increasingly clear that these gatherings were more than just celebrations of wealth and fame. They may have been the setting for something far darker and far more disturbing. The dark side of Diddy's parties. The parties that once symbolized wealth, power, and the height of celebrity are now being re-examined in light of allegations that have emerged over the past few years. Former guests, insiders, and even those who worked closely with Diddy have begun revealing unsettling details about the nature of these gatherings. According to some reports, these parties, which took place in palatial mansions or high-end hotels, were not just spaces of indulgence. They were environments designed to control, manipulate, and exert power over others. One of the most troubling aspects of the parties was the claim that Diddy used them to pressure individuals into participating in questionable acts. There were reports of people feeling coerced into activities they hadn't agreed to or were uncomfortable with. Some guests even went as far as to say that they were filmed without their knowledge, a disturbing practice that allegedly gave Diddy leverage over some of his high-profile guests. This is where the dark turn in Diddy's empire begins to take shape. Sources allege that Diddy was not only aware of the excessiveness taking place at his gatherings, but actively encouraged it, sometimes for his own benefit. Allegations surfaced that he secretly filmed his guests during these events, capturing intimate moments or compromising situations to potentially use as leverage later. These disturbing reports suggest that Diddy may have used these videos as a tool for blackmail, controlling others by threatening to release damaging footage if they didn't comply with his demands. Adding to the allegations, a former colleague of Clive Davis, Dr. LaJoy Brookshire, shared her unease about the nature of the gatherings. She explained how, as the night wore on, the energy of the parties shifted from celebratory to something far more sinister. The late-night chaos, she said, was unsettling, fueled by an atmosphere that seemed to encourage debauchery, and at times felt outright dangerous. The atmosphere wasn't just uncomfortable, it was manipulative, creating a web of control under the guise of fun and excess. Underage guests and hidden surveillance. Perhaps the most shocking claims about Diddy's parties were the reports that underage individuals were sometimes present. Several guests have come forward to describe seeing individuals who appeared to be minors at these gatherings. While some argue that these could have been mistaken identities, the implications of such claims are deeply disturbing and raise questions about what exactly was taking place behind the scenes. These reports paint a reckless picture, suggesting that Diddy may have allowed, or even facilitated, an environment where the boundaries of acceptable behavior were blurred and where certain actions could be hidden away from the public eye. Diddy's alleged surveillance of his parties also adds another layer of intrigue to the growing scandal. Sources claim that even when Diddy wasn't physically present, he maintained full control over the events. An officer was reportedly stationed in a separate room to monitor the gatherings, with Diddy able to view everything unfolding in real time on his phone. This level of surveillance speaks volumes about the kind of control Diddy was exercising over his guests and his parties. It also suggests a deliberate attempt to monitor and potentially manipulate situations, capturing moments that could later be used as leverage. Even more disturbing was a claim from Jaguar Wright, a former artist who had been associated with Diddy. She alleged that Diddy had once sold a controversial video from one of his parties. According to Wright, the video, which reportedly featured high-profile guests, was sold on the dark web using cryptocurrency. This claim, if proven true, would add a sinister dimension to the already disturbing events surrounding Diddy's gatherings, implicating him in the kind of criminal activities that could have far-reaching consequences. Diddy's denial and legal struggles. As these allegations continue to emerge, Diddy has vehemently denied all accusations. His legal team maintains that the claims are exaggerated and lack concrete evidence. Diddy's legal troubles have escalated in recent months as he faces charges of sex trafficking, exploitation, and other serious offenses. Despite his insistence on his innocence, the tide of public opinion seems to be shifting. What was once seen as the glamorous lifestyle of a mogul has now become synonymous with exploitation and manipulation. Diddy's arrest and subsequent time in federal custody have only added fuel to the fire. As he awaits his trial, the leaked phone call from prison has further fueled speculation about his actions. In the call, Diddy's cryptic messages suggested a deeper involvement in illegal activities, including his attempts to control the narrative from behind bars. He appears to be scrambling to maintain power, even as his empire begins to crumble. The revelations from the prison call, coupled with mounting legal challenges, suggest that Diddy's once invincible status is rapidly disintegrating. The Silent Alliance. Diddy and Jay-Z's complicated relationship. As Diddy faces mounting legal pressure, all eyes are also on Jay-Z, another influential figure in the hip-hop world. The two moguls, who were once rivals and now share a complex, intertwined business relationship, have found themselves in the spotlight for very different reasons. While Diddy's scandal continues to unfold, Jay-Z's silence on the matter has raised serious questions about his role in all of this. Diddy and Jay-Z's relationship dates back to the 1990s, when both were at the forefront of the hip-hop industry. Diddy, with his Bad Boy Records, and Jay-Z with Rockefeller Records, were key figures in shaping the music industry. At the time, they were often seen as competitors, vying for dominance in the rap game. However, despite their rivalry, there was also a mutual respect between the two moguls, and they collaborated on various business ventures. Over the years, their relationship evolved. While their public personas were often shaped by their business dealings and occasional collaborations, there was always an underlying tension. Jay-Z, in his 2003 album The Blueprint 2, famously took subtle shots at Diddy's over-the-top corporate style. The rivalry simmered beneath the surface, but the two moguls continued to work together on various projects, including joint ownership of Da Leon Tequila and fashion collaborations. But as Diddy's legal troubles deepen, Jay-Z's response, or lack thereof, has become a point of intense speculation. Some believe that Jay-Z is deliberately avoiding the drama to protect his own brand and business interests. After all, Jay-Z has always been known for his strategic approach to crisis management. His silence may be a calculated move to distance himself from the growing scandal surrounding Diddy, especially considering their shared business ventures and the potential fallout. Jay-Z's calculated silence. A strategic move? Jay-Z's refusal to publicly comment on Diddy's situation has only intensified speculation about his motives. The music industry moves at lightning speed, and alliances, especially in the business world, are constantly shifting. Jay-Z, a man known for his ability to pivot when things go sideways, may be waiting for the perfect moment to act. The stakes are incredibly high, and Jay-Z's silence could be a strategic move to protect his own empire, his reputation, and his future. As the legal case against Diddy continues to unfold, the pressure on Jay-Z to take a side intensifies. Will he continue to distance himself from the scandal, or will he be forced to make a public statement to protect his brand? The next few weeks will be crucial, and Jay-Z's response to Diddy's crisis could reshape not only their relationship, but the entire landscape of power in the music industry. The dark side of Diddy's parties. Secrets behind the glittering facade. As Diddy's empire grew, so did the secrecy and control behind the scenes. The legendary parties that once symbolized wealth, power, and the ultimate in Hollywood exclusivity are now being examined in a much more sinister light. These gatherings, which featured endless bottles of Ciroc vodka, performances by A-list artists, and dazzling displays of excess, are now rumored to have been breeding grounds for manipulation, coercion, and exploitation. It wasn't just the celebrities who attended these events, but the dynamics of power and influence that unfolded in private rooms behind closed doors. Former guests, insiders, and people close to Diddy have come forward with chilling stories of what really went on at these infamous parties. Some guests, who initially felt the allure of Diddy's star-studded gatherings, later described a much darker atmosphere. What started as a celebration of success slowly descended into chaos, with individuals feeling uncomfortable and, in some cases, coerced into participating in activities that they hadn't initially signed up for. One of the most disturbing claims is that Diddy allegedly used these parties as a way to assert control over individuals, some even suggesting that he used blackmail as a tool to manipulate others. Guests, unaware of the surveillance cameras Diddy allegedly installed in some rooms, were filmed without their consent. The recordings, it is claimed, were used to gather compromising footage that Diddy could use to force others into submission. Such footage could provide him with leverage over people who had too much to lose if their privacy was exposed. This control wasn't just physical, it was psychological. It is rumored that Diddy exerted influence over his guests by creating an environment where loyalty was expected. But betrayal was always lurking. Those who failed to comply with his unspoken rules or who stepped out of line were allegedly blackmailed, while others feared the exposure of personal, embarrassing footage. Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian-Jenner connection. Among the many names that floated around Diddy's gatherings was that of Kim Kardashian, whose rise to fame was tied in part to her interactions with the mogul. In 2006, Kim attended one of Diddy's legendary white parties. At the time, Kim was not yet the cultural force she would later become, but her appearance at these events would set the stage for the Kardashian family's increasingly close ties with Diddy. In those early days, Kim was just another socialite, rubbing elbows with Hollywood's elite. But by 2010, she had forged a more personal relationship with Diddy. Kim's connection to Diddy was far more than just professional. It evolved into a genuine friendship. As the years went on, Kim and the Kardashian family became ingrained in Diddy's inner circle, attending private gatherings like Andre Harrell's 50th birthday, where the lines between business and personal life blurred. This relationship placed the Kardashians in close proximity to the mogul's world, a world now under intense scrutiny for its darker, more sinister undercurrents. Questions are now being raised about how much Kim and her family knew about the alleged activities taking place behind the scenes at Diddy's events. With Diddy's legal troubles escalating, the spotlight is increasingly on those who were closest to him. Could Kim and the Kardashians have known what was happening in Diddy's world? Or were they unwittingly caught up in the web of secrets that is now threatening to undo everything? Corey Gamble's role in the scandal. Another key figure in this unfolding drama is Corey Gamble, the longtime partner of Kris Jenner. Corey's connection to Diddy has been the subject of growing speculation, as he was frequently seen at Diddy's events. Known for his public tributes to Diddy and the late Kim Porter, Corey's relationship with the mogul has been long-standing. While he has publicly denied any involvement in Diddy's alleged illegal activities, his proximity to the situation raises questions about whether he might have been aware of, or even complicit in, the activities now under investigation. Corey's public denials have done little to quiet the speculation surrounding his involvement. His deep ties to Diddy could have exposed him to the very actions now being uncovered by investigators. As the scandal continues to unfold, the role of Corey Gamble, an insider with close access to Diddy's life, remains a point of intense scrutiny. If his knowledge extends beyond mere association, the ramifications for his own reputation and the Kardashian-Jenner family's brand could be severe. The web of secrets, a ripple effect across Hollywood. As Diddy's legal troubles grow more complicated, Hollywood's elite are beginning to fear that they too may be caught in the web of his secrets. For years, the mogul maintained an image of success, power, and charm. But as the layers of his empire peel back, it's becoming clear that many of the celebrities who once flocked to his events may now be facing the fallout from their associations with him. The rumors surrounding Diddy's alleged blackmail tactics, secret recordings, and coercion suggest that the damage could extend far beyond just the mogul himself. The possibility of a widespread network of influence, manipulation, and exploitation has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Diddy's downfall threatens not only to dismantle his own empire, but to unravel the careers and reputations of those who were closest to him. As the investigation intensifies, more disturbing revelations are likely to come to light. The sheer scale of the allegations is staggering, with some insiders suggesting that the situation may involve more than just personal betrayals. It could have far-reaching implications for the entire entertainment industry. The Michael Jackson connection, a darker link? As Diddy's legal storm closes in, a new bombshell has emerged, one that links the mogul to the tragic fate of Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, whose life was already filled with controversy and legal battles, may be tied to Diddy in a way that no one expected. Whispers of a connection between Diddy's infamous parties and Jackson's struggles are starting to surface, and they could add an entirely new layer to the scandal. The details are murky, but some sources suggest that Diddy's parties were not just places of celebrity indulgence. They may have been venues where moral boundaries were blurred, and the pressure to conform was immense. Allegations are emerging that Michael Jackson, who was known to frequent similar circles in Hollywood, may have been exposed to this toxic world. The idea that the very people he trusted could have been involved in the same network of exploitation that Diddy is now accused of is a horrifying thought for fans and insiders alike. Could Diddy's world have played a role in Michael Jackson's struggles during his final years? The speculation is chilling, and as more details come to light, the connection between the two men may be revealed to have far more sinister implications than anyone could have imagined. The Kardashian family's growing panic. As Diddy's empire crumbles, the Kardashians, once tightly bound to Diddy's inner circle, are now scrambling to distance themselves from the growing scandal. The Kardashian family's carefully crafted public image has been built on a foundation of fame, business ventures, and self-promotion. But as the details of Diddy's alleged crimes unfold, their association with him is becoming harder to ignore. Kim Kardashian, in particular, is feeling the pressure. Known for her advocacy in criminal justice reform, Kim has tried to distance herself from the world of excess and exploitation that Diddy represented. But with each new revelation about Diddy's dark world, Kim's ties to him become more difficult to explain away. The irony of Kim's situation is not lost on the public. While she has worked hard to rebrand herself as an advocate for reform and justice, her connection to Diddy, an alleged figure of exploitation and abuse, threatens to undo everything she has built. As more details emerge, the public's scrutiny is intensifying, and the Kardashians' carefully curated narrative is beginning to crumble. The end of an empire. What's next for Diddy and Hollywood? As Diddy faces the collapse of his empire, the entertainment world watches in anticipation. The mogul's downfall is one of the most shocking events in recent Hollywood history, and the fallout is only just beginning. With accusations of sexual abuse, blackmail, and exploitation swirling around him, Diddy's empire, once built on the pillars of fame and fortune, is starting to crumble. Hollywood's elite are nervous. The connection between Diddy's scandals and other high-profile figures, from the Kardashians to Corey Gamble, raises questions about how deep this web of secrets goes. As the investigation continues, more powerful figures may be drawn into the scandal. Could Diddy name names to reduce his sentence? Will the music mogul's last-ditch efforts to save himself destroy the careers of others? As Diddy's empire falls apart, one thing is clear. Hollywood is facing its most significant reckoning yet. What was once hidden behind a veil of glamour and success is now being exposed to the world. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining not just Diddy's fate, but the future of those who were once part of his world. Kim Kardashian's ties to Diddy. A relationship under scrutiny. Kim Kardashian's name is once again in the spotlight, but this time it's not for her business ventures, celebrity status, or activism. Instead, it's because of her long-standing ties to one of Hollywood's most notorious moguls, Sean "Diddy" Combs. Over the years, Kim has been frequently linked to Diddy, both professionally and personally. But as his legal battles and dark past come to light, those connections are now under intense scrutiny. The roots of Kim's relationship with Diddy go back to the mid-2000s, when she was just beginning to establish herself in the entertainment industry. In 2006, she attended one of Diddy's legendary white parties, an event known for attracting A-list celebrities and Hollywood's elite. This was the first step in what would become a long and complex relationship between Kim and the mogul. At the time, Kim was building her reputation as a stylist, navigating the world of Hollywood's rich and famous. But after that fateful night, she began attending Diddy's events more regularly, marking her official entry into the inner circles of Hollywood. By 2008, Kim had become a fixture in Diddy's world, often spotted at high-profile events like the MGM Grand's grand opening, where she mingled with other celebrities. Diddy, who had built his empire on connections and power, was quick to embrace Kim as a close ally. As their relationship deepened, Kim was no longer just another party guest. She was becoming a trusted figure in Diddy's elite network. Her bond with him strengthened further, and by 2010, she and her family had fully integrated themselves into Diddy's inner circle. This connection was more than just social. By 2010, Kim and her sister Kourtney Kardashian were attending intimate gatherings with Diddy and his closest confidants, including his birthday celebrations and private events, such as Andre Harrell's birthday bash. These gatherings were not simply high-profile parties, but strategic events that played a critical role in solidifying the influence of everyone in attendance. However, as Diddy's criminal activities and the allegations against him grow, questions are beginning to surface about the nature of Kim's relationship with him. Was this merely a social connection that helped elevate Kim's profile, or is there more to the story? With the allegations of abuse, coercion, and manipulation surrounding Diddy, the world is now wondering whether Kim and her family were unknowingly caught up in a much darker network of power and control. Kim Kardashian and the fallout, a family at the crossroads. As Diddy's legal troubles unfold, it's becoming harder for Kim Kardashian to distance herself from him and his scandalous past. The Kardashian family has long benefited from their close ties to influential figures in Hollywood, and Diddy was one of the most powerful and well-connected men in the industry. However, with the allegations now on the table, the Kardashians are facing questions about their own role in this web of secrecy. Kim Kardashian has carefully crafted a public image based on self-reinvention and activism. She has used her platform to advocate for criminal justice reform and to align herself with causes that champion fairness and equality. But now, with her association to Diddy under a darker lens, the hypocrisy is glaring. If Kim knew about Diddy's alleged exploitation of women, his use of manipulation, and his role in creating a culture of fear and intimidation, what does that say about her own moral standing? While Kim has publicly attempted to distance herself from the scandal, claiming that her relationship with Diddy was simply professional and based on networking, this defense is starting to wear thin. As more details about Diddy's alleged actions surface, Kim's proximity to him during some of his most troubling moments raises serious questions about what she knew and when she knew it. Could she have been unaware of the manipulative practices that allegedly took place at Diddy's events? Or was she complicit in turning a blind eye to them? The possibility of Kim and the Kardashian family being drawn into this mess is significant. The family's empire, built on their public personas and brand, is now at risk. The public's perception of Kim and her sisters, who have long embraced a glamorous lifestyle, could be tainted by their association with a man whose reputation is rapidly deteriorating. Could the Kardashian brand survive this scandal? Will they distance themselves from Diddy, or will they stand by him as the investigation heats up? Corey Gamble and the deepening ties to Diddy's dark world. Adding another layer of complexity to the situation is Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's longtime partner and a familiar face at Diddy's events. Corey has been in the public eye for years due to his relationship with Kris Jenner, but his ties to Diddy have recently come under scrutiny. Despite publicly denying any involvement in Diddy's alleged crimes, Corey's close relationship with the mogul raises important questions. Could he have known about Diddy's activities, and if so, what role did he play in either enabling or turning a blind eye to them? Corey has been seen at numerous high-profile events alongside Diddy, and his public tributes to the mogul, including heartfelt comments after the passing of Kim Porter, reveal a bond that goes beyond professional courtesy. With such deep ties to Diddy's world, it's hard to imagine that Corey was completely unaware of the dark undercurrents that ran through Diddy's life. While he has denied any involvement in illegal activities, the fact that he was close enough to Diddy to attend personal events and form lasting friendships with some of Hollywood's most powerful figures makes his role in this situation difficult to ignore. As the investigation into Diddy's actions continues, the scrutiny surrounding Corey Gamble is likely to intensify. If it is revealed that Corey had knowledge of the allegations and did nothing, his own reputation could be severely damaged. Corey's public stance on the matter may ultimately shape how he is perceived, both by the public and by those in Hollywood who have long been loyal to Diddy. Diddy's web of deceit, feuds, lawsuits, and allegations. Diddy's legal troubles go far beyond the recent allegations involving Kim Kardashian and other members of his inner circle. The mogul has spent years building a reputation as one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, but his rise has been marred by numerous legal battles, feuds, and allegations of abuse. One of the most high-profile feuds in Diddy's career is with rapper Maze, who has long accused Diddy of financial exploitation and manipulation. Mace claims that Diddy owes him $3 million from a business deal that went south, and their public dispute has been fueled by bitter social media rants and accusations of betrayal. For Mace, this feud is about more than money. It's about the years of exploitation he endured under Diddy's control, and his refusal to remain silent about it. The bitter conflict with Mace is just one of many controversies that have followed Diddy throughout his career. Producer Lil Rott has also filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of abuse, while other former collaborators, like Don Richard of Danity Kane, have come forward with shocking claims of harassment and mistreatment. Richard alleges that Diddy fostered a toxic atmosphere of fear and intimidation, with threats of violence against those who crossed him. The allegations have exposed the darker side of Diddy's empire, revealing a pattern of manipulation, control, and fear that many insiders were too afraid to speak about. Even more disturbing are the whispers surrounding Diddy's relationships with other artists, such as Usher and Justin Bieber. Usher reportedly ended up in the hospital after an encounter with Diddy, while Bieber's 48-hour guardianship under Diddy's control raises serious questions about the mogul's influence over the lives of young stars. These incidents reveal a disturbing pattern of control that extends beyond business, into the personal lives of those who crossed paths with Diddy during his reign. The toxic culture of silence in Hollywood. As more allegations surface, the culture of silence in Hollywood becomes more apparent. Those who know the truth about Diddy's actions are reluctant to speak out, fearing the consequences of challenging one of the industry's most powerful figures. Hollywood's long-standing tradition of protecting its most influential figures has allowed Diddy to operate with impunity for years, but as more people come forward with their stories, the walls of secrecy are beginning to crack. Rapper 50 Cent, one of Diddy's loudest critics, has been vocal about his disdain for the mogul, mocking him on social media with jabs about his alleged misconduct. 50 Cent's ridicule has become a public symbol of the shifting power dynamics in Hollywood, as former allies begin to distance themselves from Diddy. As his empire crumbles, Diddy's reputation has become the subject of ridicule, with many now questioning the very foundation on which his success was built. The fallout. Will Diddy take Hollywood? Down with him? As Diddy's downfall continues, the question on everyone's mind is how far this scandal will go. Will Diddy go down alone, or will he take others with him? With new details emerging daily, the investigation is becoming a full-blown scandal that could reshape Hollywood and the music industry as we know it. Kim Kardashian, Corey Gamble, and others in Diddy's circle are now at the center of a storm that threatens to destroy not just their reputations, but the entire foundation of the celebrity world that Diddy helped build. The fallout from this scandal could change everything, exposing the hidden secrets of Hollywood's elite and revealing the dark truths that have been buried for years.